Oh, yeah, that's fun. Today on In the Woodyard, I've got wood. People want it. I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna deliver. Here we go. So this wood right down here is maple. And I have a guy that said he doesn't care what kind of wood I bring him. He said he'd prefer hardwood. That's what he wants, hardwood. And he said he'd prefer either maple or ash or oak. He said he's fine with anything. Well, he wants a full cord. And I just happen to have half of a full cord. If I take this row and that row, I'm gonna throw that in of maple, and then I'm gonna back up over to my ash. I'm gonna throw a half of a cord in for that. So I have a full cord mixed with the two kinds of wood. So that's what he's gonna get. And he's a past customer, and he said everything I've ever brought him has been excellent. And he said, whatever you think is good, I'll burn. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna load it up right now. So once again today, it's a spectacular fall day. It is about, I don't know, 42 degrees. Very little wind, sun is shining, birds are singing. Everyone is happy in the Woodyard. But then again, I'm the only one out here, so that's why everyone's happy. Nobody here. That's the way I like it. Now tomorrow, I'm just letting you guys know we have a special day tomorrow. My mom's two brothers are coming to visit. One's coming all the way from Iowa and the other one's coming from central Wisconsin. They're both retired, and they've seen the channel and they just think it's cool, I guess, that I'm doing Firewood and have a YouTube channel. So they're coming to watch the proceedings, and they're going to help out. They said they'd come help for a day, so that'd be pretty cool. Now, one of my uncles, his name is Mark, he's only, it's like 6 or 7 years older than me, something like that. He just retired a few years ago. He is a Iron Man, yes. He does endurance racing. He's done endurance races where you got to do like 50 miles as a team and 70 miles. He's done a couple 100-mile bike races. He runs a couple marathons a year, and he's done a couple Ironmans, and just finished. So yeah. And he's got to be upper 60s. My other uncle Greg is a little older, and he's been retired for a few years now too, and he is a combat vet from Vietnam, and he's my godfather. He's a good guy, and he's a big outdoorsman, does a lot of hunting, fishing, trapping, all that stuff. So they're gonna come do firewood with me tomorrow, so that'll be kind of cool having them here together like that. That'd be neat. So we're gonna keep loading here and get this on. I'm gonna speed things up now. We're gonna make things go a lot faster because I can do that, and there's no sense in you just watching me chuck wood and talk about it. So here we go, faster. Look at what I have created. Once again, it is a thing of beauty. Full load. There's half a cord of maple, half a cord of ash. Right here's where I took the ash from. So this is kind of, I got like 1.5 face cords there. And there's 3. So let's see, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right here I got about 11 face cords So almost 4 full cords of ash left right here. And then up over in one of my other piles up front there, I'm thinking there's 2 full cords up there, and then the ash is gone for the year. So that means I need to get some more ash because people are liking it. I like it. And there's a lot of it right now because, as you know, the emerald ash borer killing them off. The loggers are harvesting a lot of dead ash trees right now. And I talked to a few guys that are in the know, and they just said, you know, it's just everywhere. There's really no stopping it. The little bit the DNR tried to do, that's the Department of Natural Resources here in Wisconsin, they tried to stop people from transporting wood. It's a joke. You can't. The bugs are they're gonna go wherever they will go. You can't stop it. And there's, you know, billions of trees, whatever, millions, whatever it is. You're not going to be able to inoculate them all to kill the disease. It's going to spread. Nothing you can do about it. People tried back in the 70s with the Dutch elm disease. They tried stopping it. Didn't work. It just killed them all. They're starting to come back now. Some of the trees that were little at that time now are growing back. But with this ash, the loggers and pretty much people that I've talked to, they said, you know, right now there's a glut of it, and it's cheap wood because there's so much. They're discounting it because they want to move it because they know they have to. And the problem is that right now, this year, next year, maybe one more year, there'll be a lot of ash. After that, there will be none. There'll be no more ash. So that's just the way it is. So there it is. We're gonna go dump this in a little bit, and then after that, we got another delivery later today for face cord of oak. So there it is. She's in. So I had to make a run and pick up some gas and some supplies and stuff. I stopped at my favorite store, Fleet Farm. It's the Man Mall. And I've been wanting to get this for a while now. Look what I bought. A spinny knob. Woohoo! So I bought my tractor a present. I'm gonna put it on right now. Okay, so this, it's a AgriLink is the brand name. And it's a deluxe wheel spinner for off-road equipment. And they had cheaper ones there. This one was like, I don't know, like 12, 13 bucks, something like that. And I got this one just because it looked like it was a little better made. They had other ones there that they weren't plastic like this with the rubber insert. They were just like a metal bracket that bolted on. And this one came with the Allen wrench and the screws and everything. So that's what I bought, and we're gonna put it on right now. So I'm gonna open her up. So here she is, spinny knob. So, oh, it's got 2 sets of screws because it's got small screws in already for small steering wheels, and then it's got this rubber spacer for small ones, or if they're even smaller yet, if it's a smaller wheel yet. But then they included the bigger screws if it's a bigger thickness of the wheel on the tractor steering wheel. So I'm just going to spin these off. Let's see here. Here we go. I don't even know if this is going to be the right size or not, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, this is a nicer one than the other ones they had there by far. The other one was like 8 bucks, and they were like stamped pieces of metal for this bottom collar part that goes on. And they weren't rubberized like this. They were more just like a plastic. This has got like a rubber grippy kind of knobby thing here. So I just thought it looked cool, even though I don't use it for agriculture because it's a agricultural link. There we go. So I got that off. So yeah, all it does is, now I'm assuming I want to put it at the top of the steering wheel, because where I think I want it is going to go right up at the top like this, so it'll be right up here in the center. So that's where I'm going to mount it right now. Okay, so I definitely do need to use the longer screw slash bolt, whatever you want to call this thing. It's a bolt, I guess. And it's gonna work just fine. You don't need to use the spacer at all because it's a thicker steering wheel. Obviously there's some older tractors, if I can get this to stay there without falling off. There's some older tractors that have very skinny steering wheels. Make sure I get this in the middle here. Can I spin it? Yes, I can. There we go. Okay, let's make sure I got it in the middle. That looks like the middle right there. So I'm going to come around to this side and I'm going to tighten it up. Yeah, and it's not going in very far either. The definitely need the longer bolts. They I got maybe 4 or 5 good spins. So I don't think it's in more than 1/4 inch. But, oh, it's going in a little bit more now. So there we go. It's getting tightened up. It's going to get it so it's snug, like a bug in a rug. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to start her up. We're going to drive around a little bit using the steering knob, spinny knob, whatever you want to call it. Oh, yeah, that's fun. You can really spin the steering wheel fast. Bad thing is because I can spin fast, I'm gonna rip up the ground a lot more because you can just whip that baby around. But boy, it's nice. I'm glad I got it. Yeah, it was only like I said, 12, 13 bucks, something like that. So there we go, spinny knob. Now we're gonna go deliver some wood. I have returned to the Woodyard once again. You saw me unloading that last load, and that guy is a customer I've had for a long time now. And before I had a dump trailer, I had just a regular little utility trailer, and I would always back right into the back of his garage and we would unload it, and he would stack it as I basically just brought it to the end of the trailer. So he got in the habit of that. So ended up now that when I bring the dump trailer, I still back in and I shove it off for him and I just put it in a big pile. It takes an extra, 10, 15 minutes to do that, but he really likes it. Real nice guy. We talk hunting the whole time over there. So good long-time customer. He gets a load every year. So those little things like that, most guys wouldn't do, but I do it and people like it. So now this next load is for a face cord, or a third of a cord if you prefer, of oak. Oh, look at here. Here's a face cord. Look at that. 4 feet high. 8 feet wide. Face cord. Isn't that cool? I'm going to throw it in right now. That's where it was. That's where it is. So there we go. I got another face cord, or a third of a cord of wood into the truck, and it's ready to go down the road to its new home, and I'm going to give it a ride all the way there. And then I'm going to come back and do it again. So do you usually get oak or just whatever?
What's that?
Do you usually get oak or just whatever you can get?
No, I like oak, burns a lot hotter.
Well, I have hickory that burns hotter yet, and I have locust, and that's hotter yet too.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, you know, versus mixed hardwood, you know,
Yeah.
you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
That guy you got it from in the past, he got too old and he quit doing it.
Yeah.
I got last year, he ran out already. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I do about 600 of these a year. Yeah, I just do it for exercise.
Work too or no?
I have 2 other businesses. I just do this in the evenings and weekends for fun and exercise. Yeah, I like cutting wood. Yeah, this is I got here, I think, 4th one today. But the last guy got about a full cord, so I use my dump trailer for that.
Yeah, I just burned it. I was in the fireplace.
Yeah.
You know what's left over from summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep cutting more every year. Last year I cut over 600 face cords, and I had I think 13 truckloads I bought last year. Because I buy a lot of wood. I cut about maybe a third of it myself in the woods, but then I just can't keep up, so I started buying wood from loggers. Yeah, I think I bought 13 or 12 last year, something like that. Most of it's usually oak. I do more oak than anything else.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, they think that oak's the only firewood there is. I have a lot of people that buy hickory for smoking and cherry for smoking. I sell a lot of that. And then I sell a lot of maple, a lot of ash. Locust is really good for heating. What's that? Yeah. Most people usually just buy the same thing because that's what they've always done. I burn everything because it all burns.
I like the smell of it.
Well, if you like oak, you'd really like cherry. Cherry smells just like candy. And hickory smells awesome too.
Yeah, hickory does too, yeah.
Yeah. So you got a rack you put it in? You keep it inside or?
I put it on the back deck underneath the overhang.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I piled some on the front of the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, right?
You got a wheelbarrow or a cart or something you're gonna move it with? Yeah. That saves a little bit.
The only bad part in the back, you gotta go up about 8 steps.
Oh.
Raised deck.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Every time you put another wood or what?
Yep.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm back in the woodyard and I'm going to load up the truck again. Oopsie. With another face cord or third of a cord of oak. Oh, I got a couple chunks of wood. That's the problem. There we go. So yeah, just going to load this up again. Do one more run. And I'll be out of daylight by the time I get this back from this one. Probably anyway. Once again, I have created a thing of beauty. There it is. There's the load. We're going down the road. This will be the last delivery of the day. Here we go. I am back in the Woodyard and the deliveries are done. The day is done. The sun is set. It's getting cold out, so that must mean it's time for me to say goodnight to Irene. What do you think? Tomorrow I'll be back. My uncles are coming. You should come on back. It'll be fun. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.